explorer. The hedge goblins deny that anyone has passed through the Forgotten Gardens. The bees disagree. Reports suggest that the seed seeker has been seen once again. Ha ha ha. Hi everyone, it's Sally from Rickety Snippets here, aka Myrtle Mudfoot, reporting from Quest Headquarters. Welcome back to Chapter 5 of our journey through the Forgotten Kingdom. So last week we helped the Wish Whisperer and we helped her sort some wishes. We granted some wishes and we posted 1 or 2 wishes of our own into her post box. And thanks to one of our fellow explorers, we are now all equipped with the official rabbit hole detection device. I hope that's been useful this week. So this week we are setting off to the Forgotten Gardens in search of the mysterious seed seeker, sorry. So the seed seeker is said to carry a satchel filled with seeds from plants that no longer grow anywhere else in the world. The mapmaker's letter says, exercise caution among the flowers. Several witnesses insist that certain blooms have recently developed a habit of spinning when observed too closely. So this week we're going to be creating our very own enchanted garden along with some spinning flowers. So these are the pages as they print out. We've got 3 pages. I've printed them onto 160 GSM cardstock. But I think a heavy paper would do for all of this. And on the back of some of them, I haven't put anything on the back of that one, but I have printed the map from week 1 onto the back of these 2, just so that some of this ephemera is in white on the back. So first thing I'm going to do is cut everything out. I'm going to use a 25mm punch to punch out these, and a 16mm punch to punch out this little hole in the middle here. But if you haven't got a punch, don't worry, you can just cut them out. It will just take you a bit longer. Okay, so I'm going to cut those out and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut out all the pages and I've been joined by Prue Puddle Jumper here, who is sitting on them all. So this is going to be interesting. So I should just say, if you've only just discovered the expedition, don't worry, it's never too late to join us. Just follow the link in the description to sign up for your free Explorer packs, and you can begin the quest from the very beginning. Okay, so let's see if we can see what we have here. So as usual, we've got our letter from the map maker. We've got a little emblem for this guardian, so the seed seeker, and we've got a new piece of map. So I'll put those to one side. I'll come back to those later. And so this is the kind of background for our page. And then we've got a few bits of ephemera, so something to make up there, a little seed packet to make up there, and a seed marker here, which says last flowering observed in the light of the new dawn in the year 2014. Oh, not 2000, 214. Exciting. And we've got some little butterflies here and this little bit of ephemera. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one. And then, of course, our spinning flowers. So just to say about these edges will probably drive you mad if you try and follow them when you cut them out. So as long as you just get your scissors and kind of weave and bob around the edges a bit, and then you'll get a kind of more natural looking flower, but I wouldn't try and follow the edges because they take you all day. Okay, so if Prue allows, we're going to start with this bit. And I'll move some of this to the side a little bit. Just like to get involved. I'm going to leave that one under there. Just scoop those up a little bit. So this one, we want to score along this line, so continue that line down to the bottom. So I'm going to grab my ruler and just place it, better to do it from this side, so the ruler's kind of butting up to that line, and then we can just continue it down there, and then just fold into that line. You can just fold the paper in half, but you do get a crisper line if you score it first. And then if I could find the bone folder, I would use that. But I'm not sure where that's gone. Leave that for a moment. Now we've got your bottom. That's nice. Okay, so I'm going to grab the journal. And I'm going to stick this piece to this page. So the whole thing, and I want it to really sit in the gutter there. Okay, so I've put glue all over that piece, making sure I've gone right up to the edges. And then I'm going to just fold it and put it right in the gutter there. Smooth that over. Got a little bit of overhang there, so I'll cut that off later. Okay, then this page I'm going to turn into a pocket. So I am going to put a little bit more glue right into the gutter there, first of all, and kind of onto this page a little bit. And then get this and really squash it in. Right, I really do need the bone folder now. Where's that gone? It's buried under a ton of paper. So I'm just going to really smush that into the gutter, which will just help this lay a lot flatter. It's a bit gluey there. Not helpful. Can you tuck it in? Yes. And right, so this page then, I'm going to put the glue along the page itself, so a little bit along the bottom here and a bit up the side, because I suspect that this will need, or there'll be a bit of an overhang and it'll need trimming. So I'm going to just smooth that over, and then I want to just fold the page over just to make sure it's going to fold over nicely, which it should do if you've made a really good connection here. Sometimes it will buckle up if you haven't done that first. Top tip. There we are. Okay, so that's our pocket, and then I'm just going to trim that overhang off on the other side. Okay, so I hope you could see that last bit, because somebody keeps kicking everything off the table. Kind of objecting she hasn't got enough room there. So let's find some bits for the pocket. So we've got our seed marker, so we can put that in there. Actually, I think it was this way up. Of that kind of almost Art Nouveau there. That can go in there, although it is from the year 214, so I think that's a little bit before Art Nouveau. And we've got this, but I don't think I'll put that in the pocket. I might stick that to the page somewhere. I'll come back to that when we've done our spinning flowers. And then we have our seed packet. So to make that up, we need to score some lines again. So I'm just going to score down the center here, here where there's a flap, and then along these two lines to make the tabs. There we are, and then you just need to put a bit of glue on these tabs. Stick that down. There we have a packet of spinning daisies, which we are going to plant in the garden and then set them a spinning. And so I do have some seeds here, which I'm going to put inside. So I'm not entirely sure whether these are enchanted seeds or not. But I think once they've been in the packet a while now. They'll become enchanted. There we are. So a little packet of seeds. So we can stick that in our pocket too. There we go. Okay, so before we put together our spinning daisies, which I'm very excited about, let's gather around the campfire because it's time for this week's Quest Camp Bulletin. So firstly, let's say hello to some of our new explorers, including Windy Snowfrost, Madam Moogie, Crystal Clear, Lady Periwinkle and Jelly Boots. And as usual, we will welcome all of our new recruits at the end of the video. So in camp this week, Explorer Wendy, wait, I see a pattern, has completed a thorough investigation into the camp biscuit supply and can confirm 3 important findings. 1, the biscuits are extremely tasty. 2, they appear to replenish themselves through some sort of advanced biscuit-related enchantment. And 3, they are, according to further field testing, very Moorish. Lady Gets Lost a Lot reported seeing an elf eating some of our biscuits, and she checked the reliability of this clue with the rabbit hole detection and classification device. The device determined that this important observation meant that tea was required, which seems to be the only natural conclusion it could reach under the circumstances. The mapmaker has expressed mild concern that the device appears unusually likely to recommend tea. He assures explorers that this is purely coincidental and categorically denies having adjusted the calibration in favour of biscuit-related investigations. Explorer Mariah of Emeralda has reported that the field of giggling daisies may cause uncontrollable mirth and a temporary inability to proceed in a sensible direction. Explorers planning a visit are advised to allow extra time for laughter-related delays. A recently reported ancient map symbol has been investigated and after careful examination was found to be a coffee stain. The mapmaker would like to remind explorers that while curiosity is highly encouraged during this expedition, tasting unidentified stains and mysterious markings should only be attempted when absolutely necessary. The definition of absolutely necessary is currently being reviewed. And there's more excitement in camp because some of your first journal pages have arrived. Let's take a look at some of them. So thanks so much to everyone for your contributions this week. I absolutely love them all. So let's make these daisies spin. So we need all these bits. So we need our 3 flowers and all these little bits here. So for each of them, we've got one piece like this, just slightly different sizes. So with the flowers, so it's our biggest one. Just measure them up, make sure they kind of fit behind them. I think it's that way around. And then they also need 2 plain circles each, and one of these ones with the kind of spool on them for each one. And I'm going to start by grabbing a spool and I'm going to cut along these lines that go into the center. And when I'm cutting, I'm going to make sure that I go beyond that line. So we'll just cutting along and just going a little bit over the line there at the end. Do that for all of them. So Prue just ran after a cricket wearing a golden crown, which has left us a lot more room on the mat, but could also be an essential clue. So I think we should consult the rabbit hole detector device. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, so tea required again. I have to report this back to the map maker. So let's continue with our flowers. We can now move these all over a little bit. So for this one, actually perhaps I'll show you on the big one to begin with. So we're going to grab this kind of spool, and then we're going to flap down every other one of the little flaps like that. You've kind of got a little three-pronged propeller there, and then just going to straighten them out a little bit, and I'm going to feed those three that I've flapped up through the hole in the middle there like that, and then I'm going to straighten those prongs out again like that. Okay, and I'm going to get the glue, and I'm going to put a bit of glue on each of those flaps, so just on the three flaps, and I'm going to stick one of the rounds on top. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then you've got three here which are not so easy to see, but you've got the other three on this side, and I'm going to again put glue on the three little flaps and stick the other round on top. Okay, and then I'm going to leave it to dry. First of all, I'm just going to make sure it can still move, because we don't want any glue on this piece, that back piece. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for all of these. So I'll walk you through another one, and I'll do the third one. So these three, every other one folded into the middle. Straighten them out a little bit, and then feed this piece through, so, or feed the three little flaps through the hole in the middle there, straighten them out, a little bit of glue on each of the little wings here, stick a round on top. Turn it over, a bit of glue on each of the three wings again, stick the round on top. Okay, check it can move, leave that to dry, and then I'll do the third one in high speed. Okay, so I'm going to then grab these, a little, move it about a little bit again, just make sure it's not stuck, and then I'm going to kind of pull it down, and I'm going to put glue all the way around this edge, so right around the curve. Whoops. And move on there. And then I'm going to put it on the back of the flower, and I'm going to hold the flower up to the light a little bit, because what I want to do is try and get the kind of center of this to match up with the center of the flower, and this is not a precise thing at all. And it'll be quite tricky, but it might make the illusion of the spinning flower a little bit better if it does line up a little bit. That's it. So that's that one. And then the same again. So this one, moving, just pulling it down so they move around a little bit in there. And I'm just pulling it down a little bit so I can put a line of glue around the edge without getting it anywhere near this bit. And again, so I'm going to hold it up to the light, see if I can get that. I mean, these smaller ones, everything's kind of in the center really. So that's it. And this one. Okay, and while they're drying, I'm just going to stick these other bits on. So we've got our butterflies. I think this one, just going to stick in that corner like that. Springs eternal. It's a bit like an egg down there. And then these butterflies, I'm just going to fold them in half because I want them to look a bit 3D on the page. Oh, so these, I did put a little bit of ink on the back of them so they're not completely white, and they've got a bit around the edges as well. And then I'm going to just put a bit of glue along the fold there, and stick them on the page. I say 3-dimensional when you do this. It's lovely. Somebody did this with the moths. Yeah. And then they look pretty. Okay, and so finally, hopefully these are now dry enough that we can stick them on. So we just put a little bit of glue again in the center of these, or a fair bit of glue, not a little bit, but well, you just want to stay away from the edge really, because we don't want any glue anywhere other than on that disc. And then you can line it up with the same flower on the page. Okay, so they should be dry now. Let's give them a spin. This one. I mean, spin's probably a strong word. It's probably more like a slow rotation, but I think they're really fun. So let me know in the comments if you could enchant a flower to do one kind of completely unnecessary thing, but also very magical and delightful. What would it be? So there's only one thing left for us to do now. We need to stick our map maker letter into our pocket. Fold that up and stick that in there. And then we need to go to our expedition log and stick our emblem on there. So our seed seeker emblem. Very odd looking flower there. And then we need to stick our map into our fairy backpack. And we need to put our rabbit hole detector back in there safely so that we don't lose it. And if it should come up with anything this week, do let us know. And there, our latest piece of map tucked safely into the pocket. Getting a bit full now, our backpack. So today we have wandered through the Forgotten Gardens, we've met another guardian, and we've discovered that flowers don't really behave in the way we might expect them to. So next week there'll be another letter from the map maker and he'll lead us onwards. But before then, let's head back to camp and meet all our newbie explorers. Until next week, safe travels everyone.